Perfect. Guys, welcome to the call. I'm your host, Damon Nelson, along with my partner, Wayne Atkinson. And we want to do a shout out to everybody joining us on the call. This is going to be a really special presentation if you are an RSSMasher customer. If you're not, stay tuned. I think we'll convince you that this is some more features that and the reasons why you need to join RSSMasher. Looks like we've got a good audio. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Wayne, give us a shout out.
Yep. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the call. I take it I'm coming through loud and clear.
Yep. We've got some good numbers and I'm silenced. That phone reminds me, I need to just turn my silence off and let's get started here. Okay. Today, we are going to introduce 4 new features coming to RSSMasher. Now, 3 of them are live, and we're going to tweak one of them a little bit, and we're going to show you all 4 of them today. The 4th one is something very, very special. We're going to save it to the very end, and you'll see why. And I know once you see this 4th feature, you're going to go, dang, this is just absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to start using it. In fact, y'all will probably come up with more ideas than what we're going to use it for. So let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to see my bouncing ball here. Okay. The number 1 new feature that we've added is we have Article Forge, but what I've noticed is sometimes the images are not good and sometimes they're missing, even though we told it to bring Article Forge docs over. So we built in, and it's inside image replace, but it works also now for Article Forge. In the past, it didn't. So now you can replace the images or else add images to Article Forge docs that have no images. Now, I know this doesn't sound like a big deal, but it really is. When you're creating content, you want a really good image in there. And Article Forge pulls CC-free images. What that means is sometimes they're creative, crappy images. So you might want to use a media pack to replace the images that Article Forge pulls, or better yet, create your own media pack and use it just for this particular case right here. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is we now have very long article settings for Article Forge. Article Forge introduced this 30 days ago. And if you've been kind of following content marketing, and what Google loves is they love the long form content that actually has good explanations, good quality reading, and it has subheadings with it. So they introduced 2 features over the last 30 days, and we've already added them into the Article Forge creation tool that we have. So we have very long articles, and this is what Google will love. We also have subheadings. And if you've been with SEO for a long time, you know that when you do a table of contents and you embed it in your WordPress, you get some extra link authority with it. It helps your meta tags. It helps everything out when you have a table of contents. And table of contents are built from subheadings. So we have the subheadings from Article Forge, and they will automatically create them. In fact, I would suggest leave everything to auto setting in your basic setup for Article Forge and get either long or very long articles with subheadings. Then you have what readers want to read, plus you have what Google wants to see is 1,000 to 1,500 word articles with subheadings. And then if you're using WordPress, add a table of content plugin. I'm going to show you what those look like. These are the three that I want to show you. These are the three features that are really going to, RSSMasher is designed to automate content marketing. Well, we started out with RSS feeds and YouTube channels and Twitter quotes and everything else, but this is a whole new section. I mean, we introduced it about 60 days ago, and we have been really using this. In fact, some of the client sites that I've built have Article Forge. They get AdSense approval. You can get Google News approval with it. Since I've been using Article Forge, I've created 3 new sites, and within 30 days, I had AdSense approval. And they're already starting to make a little bit of money. Not a lot of money, but they're making enough money to sure make it worth the effort to add them in. So Article Forge, I'm going to show you now how you can use all 3 of these. Okay. Wayne, any questions at this point?
No, we're good so far.
Okay. I'm going to switch over to let's just do this. Okay.
Ooh.
I teased you a little bit there. Okay. Okay. I'm inside RSSMasher technology. We have Article Forge campaigns, and I've got these being built right now. And I turned everything else off so I can kind of focus on this. And the first 3 that I made on this, RSS feed aggregators, I pulled a Surfer SEO spreadsheet in. And so these were made with Medium. I'm going to show you what they look like. Here's aggregator RSS. Come down here and hit preview. There's the first image, couple paragraphs, and it's got, it looks like 5 subheadings. Now this is okay. I mean, when it gets into a website, I'll show you what it looks like in a website. Let's see, what was the title of this?
Just go to the tab. It's the first one I noticed.
Oh, okay. So it's
Go to the actual website.
okay.
There it is on the. There it is. Yeah.
Okay. So how to use RSS? So I've already and I did this 30 minutes ago. So I've already got 3 articles coming into RSSMasher under the category called RSSMasher tips. Looks like Wayne actually was the author on this. Category is recent posts. There's the image, and there's my little table of contents. And this is a WordPress site. Guys, I haven't done this. In fact, this is a really simple WordPress theme. It's called Smart Theme from Optimized Press. Optimized Press did nothing special on their blogging. So this is very basic, but it looks good. I mean, you got your table of contents, feed readers, and this is a Medium article. Okay. And then it's got its video down below, and we got, the author paragraph. So this is a plugin that I added, and this is a plugin I added. I think it was Easy Table of Contents. Looks great. Now I'm just back out of here and let's see. So I think it's already posted over 3 or 4 of them. So how to use. But here's another one. Got the subheadings in there. And this is a Medium article. So I've got a very long article coming across just shortly. I can tell that because I know these 3 right here are mediums, and we changed this. This is a very long. So let's take a preview of it. Image. Okay, there's your subheadings. You've got looks 6 paragraphs to go with each subheading. This looks great. This is set up as very long, and this is going to get you some SEO juice right here. Okay. And especially if you're doing any type of anchor texting with like pretty links, where we'll automatically build in anchor text, or you can do it inside of RSSMasher. So this is a nice article that's coming across automatically. I started this 30 minutes ago, guys. 10:27 and it's 11:13. So I've already built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've got 5 coming over into, I've got 5 a day coming over every 5 minutes. So we'll be able to see one of the long articles just shortly here. So they're all coming inside this one category here. And let's just see what that first long one's going to be called. How to choose the right social media aggregation tool. Okay, so it's not there yet. We'll be there shortly. Okay, so while we're in here, I'll show you how to set this up. If you're doing individual keywords, you can come over here and choose long. Now we did have long, but now you can choose very long. This will be up to 1,500 words. It's automatically going to put subheadings. You can force it to use your own keywords. I would recommend don't do this. Let it do auto. It does a great job with the subheadings. For AI tool, this is absolutely the easiest way you can do it. Very long, auto, and then hit update. Now this is for keyword. We're going to set this up right now. The CSV, when you bring your CSV over for it, it will default to the integrations setting that you have over here. We're going to add a selector here, probably be in by the end of the day, where you can select on your CSV to, if you want to change it from your basic setting, which mine is set at medium. That's why the first 3 came across, and we realized we need to set it in here. So you'll be able to choose very long if you're doing CSV. Okay, but meanwhile, if you want to go ahead and get it running, what I would recommend, guys, if you're a marketer and you're doing this for SEO, push this down to very long. Okay, and then hit update active account. Now you're going to be burning more words. You only get 250,000 words per month for the API, but you can go in and pay for more words if you want to do that. So you can get fewer articles, but they're going to be higher quality articles that Google will absolutely love. So you could choose very long right here and choose your subheadings. Okay, so once I set that up, I'll just hit that and finish. Now, if you want to, you can also you could set it on any of the settings, but I'll go back in here one more time. Is if you do short, very short and short, these do not have subheading options. Okay, I don't know why you would even do very short. I think it's 1 paragraph. This may give you 3 paragraphs at the most. Guys, if you're using Article Forge, do it professionally. Use medium, long, or very long. Okay, I would put in subheadings also, and to do that, you just simply tag that right there. Okay, and that's all there is to it. Those are the 2 features. Now, let's talk about, as you're going through the MASH, that the very first feature we added was the image replace. Now, I've got that one set up. This is going content marketing strategies. Let's take a look at here. This is where I noticed that we were not getting images over on every single article. So I've got my Article Forge, and these are medium with subheadings. And I'm going to come over here to image replace. I'm using image packs. Here's the image pack content marketing strategies. Now I made this one specifically for Article Forge. I got 50 images in here that I pulled off of Canva, and they're all about content marketing. Okay. I come down here and I check this. So if the Article Forge gets posted without an image, I'm going to use the image pack to put one in. So it has a space for it. So we're going to use image packs right here to insert a new image. Okay. Now, if I want to replace them, every image that comes across from Article Forge I want to replace, I'd leave that off. And it's going to swap every one of them if I turn this one on right here. So I'm going to randomly pick from the media pack, and I'm going to swap every one of them out. That's the way that you would set it up. Guys, you're welcome to take a screen copy. This is for swapping. And this is for inserting ones that don't have an image. So please take a screen copy, because this is training right here on how to use this new feature. Okay. And then you have to hit update. Okay. Now, once you're done, you come over here to build and finish and activate. Now, you can still do anchor text. If you want to replace words, you could say anything concerning online marketing. And I could put in something, like Google. So I can actually do an anchor text replacement, right? In fact, let's do content marketing. So I think I'll see this, and I'll just put, let's do this. I'll put in HTTPS. Let's give some love to our RSSMasher.com sales page. Possible occurrences. We'll do up to 3. Open a new tab and add to keyword list. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here to build. Now you can drop in you can do it from an anchor text list. So when I talk about anchor text swapping, this is one way of doing it, or you can do it inside of pretty links. So this is, I use this all the time to do anchor text. And you can always come down here, delete all rows, or delete that one. So I'm going to come over here to build, hit build, and preview web. No data found. So I'm out of, actually, I think I've already burned through all the content marketing.
There's no new articles that have been posted. So yeah.
So anyway, that's how you would do your image replace on it. Let's just go up here and see. We'll try this one out. So I'm going to hit edit. Okay, image replace, image packs. I'm going to use that one.
Incidentally, these image packs are in the marketplace, and you can add them to your account now for free.
Yep. So I'm going to swap them out. So I'll do first image, and I'm going to ignore. Well, I know I'm not going to have any icons, but so I'm going to do a swap. I'm not going to do an insert for missing for articles. I hit update. And come over here, and let's just do hopefully we'll see that word in there. So HTTPS RSSMasher.com. Possible occurrences. Let's go up to 3. Open a new tab. Add to keyword list. Okay, and hit build. So let's see, this is, we got a good long article coming in here. Guys,
you got the RSS feed, it's been hyperlinked as well.
Did you see it? Yep. So there's an anchor text link right there. We built it inside of RSSMasher. And if I click on it, it's going to take me in a new tab to the sales page. Guys, if you want to build link juice, all you have to do is add your anchor text into your article. In fact, you see it. There's one more time. Free RSS feed readers. This is a great article, and these are all free. Then you have that. So we got a good video. Great content. This is very long with subheadings automatically selected. And I'm going to hit finish and activate. And I just put in an anchor text link. Wayne, any questions at this point?
Yeah, there was one. It was Don wanted to know the name of the table of contents plugin.
Good question. Let's see if I can log in here without giving away on my. Just come over here and log in real quick. Let's see, plugins. Plugins, I just added this. I actually put this plugin in about 30 minutes ago, and it is called there it is. Easy Table of Contents. 300,000 plus users on it. I need to just enable auto updates. And once you get it, then you'll go into settings. I'll show you how easy it is. Go down here to Table of Contents. It will come in with this check. Take it, uncheck that. Enable support for post, auto insert post. And I'm going to do after first heading. They can put it at the very top if you want, but I'm going to do this after first heading. Show when 4 or more headings are present. Show header text above the table of contents. Yep. And here's, you can change whatever the label is if you want, blog post contents, whatever you want. And then what I do is I only want to show H1s, 2s, and 3s. If you got 4s, 5s, and 6s in there, you can do that. Real easy to use. You hit save changes, and from now on, any new article coming across will have a table of contents in it. In fact, let's see. That should be the most recent one. Yep, there's the table of contents. Best RSS feed readers. Guys, this is a long form article right here. And we got an image in here. Now, if you're using WordPress or Masher sites, let me recommend something. You have long form content. If you're into SEO and you want this thing to rank, come in to this and hit edit post. Add you a couple more images in here. If it's a 1,500 word article, insert images. In fact, what I'll just put one right here. I'll just hit insert image, add media. I don't know if I have any. I'll just put one in here, content. Now, this is where you would put in here best RSS feed. And you can put it in as feedly dash insert into post. Okay, you can even put captions on here. So I'd come down here a little bit longer and I would put in here another one. So I'll just hit add medium. And I've got a schema plugin in there, social engagement. Let me put in another one, maybe like, here we go. Take that title off and I will do that. Post it up here as an alt title, and you can put it in as caption. I'm showing you some SEO tricks, guys. Now, what I've did, you have a caption in here, and that needs to be that. And you got all this now. When it's coming from Article Forge, sometimes the grammar may not be the best, but if you got Grammarly inside of WordPress, it works great. So I'm going to rewrite for clarity, come over here and go, okay. And I will come in and fix this. Now, when you do this and you're fixing it with Grammarly, you can actually, I have seen it where I can actually get a better quality score ranking on Yoast SEO if I fix it with Grammarly. Now, where would that make a difference? Well, it's going to make a difference in your rankings. So yeah, it's not, I mean, this is a completely automated setup, but if you tune it up just a little bit and don't spend a lot of time with it, just tune it up here. And that one's going, I'm going to leave that. Feeder. It's going to tell me rewrite. Yep. I'm going to let it rewrite for clarity. And I won't go through the whole thing. Well, I guess I can since it's right here at the end. So Grammarly is doing all the checking here for us. When I'm done, I'll just come down here. And now I don't really like this featured image, so I'm going to remove that featured image and I'm going to set my own. And let's do, I have a lot to choose from, but that one looks pretty decent. So I'm going to call it a featured image, and we're good to go. I'm going to hit update. And now we're going to view the post, take a look at it. Okay, this looks pretty decent right now. It reads well, it's got some captions, and you can swap out YouTubes if you want to do that. So this is me going in manually doing some tune-ups on these very long articles. You're going to pay a little bit. It's going to cost you 1,500 words, but you might as well set it up for success, for SEO success. Go in, add images, fix the grammar, and replace images if you need to. Okay. So if I go back here to the your RSSMasher tips, you'll see the featured image now right here. Okay. So this looks better than this does. Okay. As far as what would people click on. So I'm always I'm thinking in terms of thumbnails, titles, and readability. I'm thinking in terms of SEO and clickability. Okay. Wayne, any questions at this point?
No, we're all right.
Okay. Well, let's go in. I'm going to close this. I'm going to talk about 4 new features and we'll hit present. Okay, guys, we've added something very, very special. And it's live for Wayne and I, but we're testing it because we got some characters coming up we didn't want coming up on it. And it's YouTube trending search. This is a brand new tab inside of RSSMasher. It's real simple. You add the mash, select YouTube search from the tab feature, add some keywords, build, preview, and activate. Now you have a mash with the most popular trending keyword videos or most popular trending videos that are keyword based. They're not channel based, they're not playlist based. And this is an advantage that you're going to have, because when people are doing YouTube channels and they're posting them in here, there may be one good video that you're trying to capture, but you're going to capture everything else on the channel or everything else in the playlist. If you want what is trending right now as far as dog training, or what is trending right now as far as NFT strategies, we just built this in for you. And you can build websites based on trending keyword videos. And in addition, you send it to your socials, you send it to booster pages. Your socials are going to love it. Your Facebook groups, pages, your Reddits, your Twitters, wherever you're putting this, you're going to have the most relevant trending keyword videos, keyword related videos. And we've got it all for you. Now, why do you need it? Just like I said, you're going to get the freshest, most relevant videos that anybody is searching for, automatically added to your sites and socials with RSSMasher. Okay, I'm going to demo this. Come over here. Wayne, do you want to demo this? You want me to?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. Stop sharing my screen and pass it to you.
Click the magic button and away we go. You should be able to see my screen.
Yep.
Great stuff. Hi, everyone. Well, what have we got for you? This is, if you blink, you're going to miss it. But what's going on behind the scenes, and I'll explain what's going on, is something, yeah, amazing, to be fair. We spent ages working out how to do it well. Bit of background, YouTube has actually got an API, and we went down that road to start with, and we still partly go down that road, and I'll explain as we go along. But when you use the API to try and get something decent back, you end up with things you can't basically say, I only want it from this country, or I only want it from this region, or it just completely, it gives you the options to do that. But what it really means is, if that video is available, we're gonna give it to you. So what that does is, you're looking for, say, funny cat videos, and basically it gives you videos from anywhere, any country, any language. It's particularly not what you want in your site. So we fought with this for a while, and we did actually shelve it and carried on with other things, but we revisited it recently. And what we've got is, we've got a pool. We've got a pool of over 200,000 proxy IPs. And every time you do a search, it uses a different IP address. And what we actually do is, we go out and we actually go to YouTube itself and ask what's trending. So if you want dog training, it will physically go and do a search for you behind the scenes. And then we get those videos, and when we bring them back, we then cleverly use the API to get everything else that we want about that video. So what that means is, what you have to do, and there's already a video, you can go and watch the video now at some point after the call, which will show you how to get an API key, which is free from Google. And once you've done that, there's a new integration, Google YouTube search. And it's basically, you just paste in the Google API and click update, and that's it. If I click on there, you can see I've got 2 of my Google accounts set up in readiness. And basically all it is it's just physically the API key. And that's obviously, I'm keeping that short to protect the key. And then you paste it in and click update, and that is it. And there's a little test down below for you to check it out. And once you've got that in, you're good to go, and everything will appear. The mash will appear. The tab in the mash will appear. So when we go into manage mashes, now what I've been doing is, a long time ago I had this masher site called Apple Videos, and you can see that it's sitting up here. And I've revisited it now because now it's kind of really easy, as you can see, to get the videos that I need for it. So if I just start from the beginning and click add, you'll see how quick it is. So I'll do a quick test, which is, I will stick with cat videos for this little test, and then we'll do something in a real situation. Don't really need a description for the demo, don't need a permalink. Strip out hyperlinks. Yes, you can. If you want to keep the description and paste the description over, you can strip out hyperlinks. Now we do the same thing here with the content for the YouTube. What do you want? I want the thumbnail image, obviously. Do you want the description? You can or you can't. Yeah, why not? Obviously, we want the video. And then once you click the video, there's a add video responsive code. This has been here since a long time. If the videos go into WordPress, you can tick that box and it will help it be responsive. If not, if it's going to a masher site, you don't need that. And that's it, really. That's done. I'll give it a group demo, and I'll click update. So now what we would normally do is we would go and find cat video channels or playlists, and then we'd be searching on YouTube for channels that are good, and we paste them. And there's still a valid need for that. There's some really good influencer channels out there, and their content is great. So you can still mix and match and do YouTube feeds as well. But you'll notice once it's all activated and switched on, you'll get YouTube search. So if we click that instead, then we've made this, it's what's going on behind the scenes is complicated, but what you see is really, really simple. Select an API key. I will choose that one, my main account, and then you put the keywords in. But what you can do here is you can put multiple keywords in, and we will pass the multiple keywords to YouTube. So let's do funny cat. Funny cats. So obviously it's a video, I guess. Comma, owners and their cat. And you just put comma, and you can put multiple keywords in, and we will pass all of those across. And then here we've got max results, and this is dependent on your membership of RSSMasher. So if I set it to 10, then when we activate it, it will do the search and it will find 10, and it will basically go through the 10 and put them into your collected data ready to be posted. Now, while we're doing a build, there's a little note here, and we actually only, whatever number you put here, we will only get 5 videos while you're doing build. So what that does is it saves multiple calls down the proxies and down the API, etc. And it obviously saves time as well, because it does take a little bit of time to get the information. So it doesn't matter if it's, even if it's set to 20, we only get 5 while we're in the build and preview. So just click update. And then we can go to build and click the button. Now, what that's just done, like I said, is it's actually taken the keywords, it's gone to YouTube, it's actually gone down through all of our proxies, got the most trending videos for those keywords, And then we'll use the API that you've plugged in to go and get the title, the thumbnail, the video, the description for the videos that it found. And we click preview. And you can see we've got cute cats and their owner. There's the description, there's the image, there's the video. And you'll notice, in fact, if I go back and we'll do a money hook and I'll do a citation in here. There we go. Click update. And then that will tell us. And it will obviously give a little bit of kudos back to the owner who made the content. And did you notice something as well? Just see how it wasn't the same video. Because I mean, I'm going to stand up now and I'm going to pat myself on the back, because what that's done is, because we've got so many IPs and they are all English IPs, American, UK, that kind of thing. It dependent on which one it gave you, it's dependent on the trending content for that area. So we've now got this video, and then you'll see that by Funny Cats Life, and then the next one we've got a cat in the water, and if we look at the citation, by Tiger Funny Works. No longer are we are stuck to an actual channel. We're now getting, this is clearly, I mean, if you typed in those keywords now in YouTube, you probably get similar results. Absolutely, definitely would. But now these are from different channels. So, you know, we're getting the best one from that guy, that guy, that guy, and that guy. That's funny. Look at that. That's what the internet was for cat videos. Everyone knows that. Yeah. So you can see the power in that. Obviously, that's gonna happen anyway, potentially, because they won't let us drop it in here. They've obviously got it. It would show up on YouTube, and it probably wouldn't show up if you embedded it. They've got it set so that you can't embed. So, in fact, I'll write that down, because we can try and eliminate those so that you don't even see them. That's if the API will allow us to do that. Embed. In fact, we did an update today. It's been running for a little while. We did an update today because of like language. So one of the other clever things that it also does is we've built in a language detection for it. So if it detects that it's not English, it rejects the video for you, so that you don't get any, you know, no disrespect to any language or any country in the world. But you know, most of the time and most of our users don't want Japanese speaking, Chinese speaking videos, for example. So we've taken the assumption that we want English speaking videos and English content in the descriptions and the titles. So we actually read the content behind the scenes, and we determine whether it's English, and if it isn't, we don't even show it to you. We just move on. It's really, really cool tech that's going on. And then you basically finish and activate and set a schedule up, and away you go. So let me do it again, and I'll show you how it works in a real world situation. I mean, this is real world, but I mean like an actual website, Masher site. So I'll go to manage mashes, and you can see I've got in fact, I'll show you this site. This is a video view Masher site, and it's called applevideos.co.uk. And I've basically done a kind of a funny logo. It's even got the byte out the side, which is funny. But when I first did it, I've got lots of categories. I'm probably going to group some of them together because this is way too many mashes, but I have actually done X, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And I've done Mac, iMac, Mac Pro, Mac, etc. And you can see the kind of videos that have now been coming across. I mean, I recognize some of these influencers there, got big channels. And then what I've actually done for this is I've turned off the description in the mash so that we don't get lots and lots of different promotional links or whatever the channel's doing. And obviously you can use RSSMasher Advanced tab to limit that, but because the search is creating and getting videos from multiple different sources, it's quite hard to be able to, there's no pattern for you to be able to remove things easily. So I've decided that when someone clicks on it, as you can see, AdSense approved. There's the video, and I've just got a citation. You may want to put the description in for them, or you may want to put your own. I potentially will change this and put some big, nice money hooks in and things like that. But the world's your oyster. So I want to create. Let's go to the. Let's say I want to fill something for iOS. So what we can do is, because I've already got, let's close that one down. I've already got Apple iPad. So I can just do a clone. So I'll clone that mash. And there you can see it's been cloned. I'm going to edit. And I'll change that to Apple iOS. And the permalink, I'll put iOS. You don't have to put a permalink, but I've made the RSS feeds that we build into a nameable form. Click update.
Wayne.
Yep. Yeah.
Before you go, you have unchecked description, and somebody asked a question about how do I get rid of all the descriptions that have junk in them. This is the way.
This is the way.
Uncheck the box.
Uncheck that box. No descriptions will come across.
Yep.
So it'll look like this. Nothing there.
Yep.
You can put what you want in there with a money hook or whatever.
Yep.
That's all we need. I've clicked update. I go across to search, and I change iPad to iOS. I change Apple iPad to Apple iOS, and I'm quite happy with that just being the keyword searches. I click update. I go to build. I click build. Now it's passing those keywords. It's going through our proxy system. YouTube's getting the results. We're taking those results. We're throwing them through to the YouTube API. Preview. Now, sometimes you will get this. Now that's because of our IPs. Like we say, we are still testing. There's not many little funnies, but if we go back and click build again, or the keyword didn't find anything, but I find that hard to believe. So just click build again. In fact, I'll write that one down as well. No data.
And it may be because you have iOS, it may be too broad.
I've noticed it's because sometimes because we've got so many IPs, sometimes some of the IPs don't return a result. But when you click build, it's obviously going to go down a different IP.
There you go.
And then when we click preview, then we get them.
There you go.
So it's because we've got what I really think it is one of our, or a couple of our 200,000 proxies may have been blocked. So we basically got the service that does this behind the scenes deals with it. But while you're in Masher doing preview and test, sometimes you might get that. We're basically working on a way so that you don't get that. So iOS 15.4 is out. You can see that the keywords have worked perfect. iOS 16, iOS. I mean, look at those. They're great, aren't they? All this great content. So I'm quite happy with that. So this is working. I'm going to finish and activate. So the system will then generate videos for me. But now I need to post them. So I'll go to schedule. And I've already got some set up. So I'm going to clone that. There it is. Click edit. And I'm going to call this one Apple iOS. And it's the new Apple iOS Mash. And I'm quite happy with the posting schedule between those times, 4 a day. And it's in the right group. I'll click update. So down here, you can see that it's going to Apple Videos iPad. So I'm going to edit that. And I'm going to change it to go to iOS. Everything else is the same. I'm using the first image. This is important. Use the first image as featured image. Yes. Upload all the images. Yes. Exclude the first one from the post. Yes. Because we don't want it in here because we've got a nice video. And the rest is, I don't want to do any of that. I'll silo the category, yes, which links them all together. If you're regular RSS people, you know all about that. And I'm going to click update. And it just so happens that the booster pages group is probably perfect. So if I click edit, let's see what else we've got. Technology, we've got smart devices. We've got computers. Tech reviews. Tech reviews could work. Yep. I'll leave it in. Yeah, tech reviews.
Tech reviews, yeah.
Yeah, click update. So you can see it there. It's going to go to the website, and we're going to boost it as well. You can add Twitter and everything, but for the purposes of now, I'm quite happy with that. And I'll make it active and click finish. So now I've just filled in another category over here for iOS. Obviously, it's going to take a little while. Let's go to schedule collected data, and we'll select Apple Videos, and we'll go to iOS. Look at that, we've got them already. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos already. It's ready to come over. So the system will work on this, and eventually it will throw them over to the post. And Apple Videos, iOS schedule, filter. There we go. Is there any questions while we wait?
Yeah, one of the questions was, is this constantly being updated, or we just get the initial pool of 10 or 20 that you choose there?
Oh no, every time the mash runs, it's going to find different videos, because there's content coming out all the time.
Yep.
We've got a massive amount of different IPs, so it will find. So one of the IPs might be somewhere based in Texas, for example, and then one of the IPs might be somewhere in Ohio, or etc. And YouTube kind of like gives results, trending results, but it sometimes can give different results based on where you are in the world. So because we've got such a massive amount of diversification on that, it's going to keep finding different videos that are trending, and then we check to see if you've had that video already, like we do normally, and if you haven't, we'll add it to the list ready to be posted. So once you've done what I just showed you, that's it. You don't have to do anything else, and it will just keep finding new videos to keep posting, because these influencers are posting new stuff. I wouldn't say all the time, but there's that many people out there. There's going to be at least, there's probably going to be at least one or two videos a day that's going to be fitting into your keyword search. And if you do go to this, you'll see that just based on iPhone 14, look at the videos that 22nd of April, 22nd, 21st, 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 20th, 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 40, 19th, 19th, 19th.
And these are on page 1 of YouTube search. They're not on somebody's back channel playlist or anything like that. That's what makes this special, is we are pulling the most popular videos for you based on your keywords. So even if all you're going to do is just use it for social ranking, pushing it over to Facebook or Pinterest or Twitter or anything like that, you have just tapped in with RSSMasher to finding the hottest trending videos on any keyword you want to put in there. Very, very powerful. In fact, I may go back on all my video view sites and change it from the YouTube channels to the YouTube search. That way I'm going to get the most current, and nothing's wrong with the channels, but you may have a really good channel that may only do one video every week or one video every month. And I'll give you a great example is cruises. If you want, I have a top cruise destinations.com. If I want a category based on European cruises or river cruises, well, if I only have 3 channels, I may not get a lot of content. Whereas if I'm using YouTube search, I'm probably going to get 5 or 6 videos a day about river cruises because it's pulling from all different channels. So you can really change your outlook on life with these video view sites if you switch it from YouTube channels to YouTube search.
Yep.
Okay. There's a couple other questions. We're going to hold them to the end. Let's talk
this,
a little bit more.
Okay, the one thing I just did was, because we've got a caching system going on to make these pages fast. So I quickly logged in and then logged back out, which clears the cache. And then you'll see that one's already posted.
Oh, wow.
So we've got iOS 15 hands-on, and there it is. And you'll notice I spent some time on the categories at the top, and I made some nice category headers. You can see this one's got iOS built in, and then there's the video. And if you, once you got AdSense approved, we've got the slots on the home page for you to put. But if you set it to auto, you get this. Google tends to do its magic and do pop-ups for you, and so you can see this hidden slider. And there's the by Marcus Brownlee. He's a massive influencer. He would have been, if I'd have gone to YouTube and typed in iOS, this is bound to have been in the top 1 or 2. So I've given him it's not a clickable one, but I've given him a bit of kudos. And then this is the silo that RSSMasher does. Because this was the first one in this category, it takes us back to the category. But the next video that comes in will take us back to this video, and so on. And that's how we link them all together. And then because we're cleverly using the API for the second part of this, we actually pull all the tags from the video and we drop them into your site as actual tags, which is good for Google to find. Yep. And then the popular ones on the whole site get put down in the footer.
So I do have to apologize. We've created y'all a little bit more work if you've already got video view sites. Go back and switch it over to YouTube search. And you know, you can use just one keyword, two keywords per category on there. I mean, this is a very, very powerful feature that we've added. Wayne, anything else before we continue? We're at the top of the hour here.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's going to be available pretty soon.
Yeah, I'll go over that.
Dan is going to talk about that. But we still got some testing. We've done some languaging today, and you saw we've got no data found out again. So we'll have a quick look at that. But you can see it works really well. And if you go to applevideos.co.uk, 90%, because I think the iPhone 11 and 12 was done the old way. Everything else you see is done the new way, and it's been populating now for I don't know, a week or so, and it already looks great. So if you want to have a quick look at that, this is the result of very quick YouTube search. So
I'm going to give you a clue here too. If you've got news boards, news blogs, news sites, and you can do video embeds, or you can do video pages, this is, you're putting the top trending keywords into your site with this video trend search. Yep. Wait, I'm going to take over the screen.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so we did the demo. I hope everybody's impressed. I mean, when Wayne showed me this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to everybody to see this. This is a game changer for video content.
Just quickly, Scott said, can the background proxy selection be set for only USA? It is actually set for that at the moment. We'll do a poll based on the fact if people want to leave it that way.
Yeah,
I'm quite happy to leave it that way because that's most of the English speaking anyway. So, but yeah, it's already set to USA.
Yep. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. When can you get this YouTube trending search tab? Well, we have a schedule. We have a rollout schedule. We're still kind of in beta with it, but we feel like we'll be in a release version on April 29th. So we're saying it's limited availability. Guys, the only way you're going to get this on April 29th is to give us a G2 review. And I'll give you the link, whenever we'll come out again on RSSMasher and make the announcement. And if there's any tweaks we've made, we'll make it on next Friday, April 29th. It's not going to cost you anything. The only thing it's going to cost you is a little bit of time to give us a G2 review on RSS, about RSSMasher. Okay. Now, if you don't want to put in that time, don't worry about it, because June 1st, automatically we're going to add it to anybody that has the API club. They get first access to the final version. That's on June 1st. That's without you doing a G2 review. So even if you don't have an API club and you want to get it next weekend or in May or June, just go in and give us a G2 review, and of course, I'll give you the link. August 1st, all members get it, no matter what. We will turn it on for everybody on August 1st. And by that time, we'll have worked out, any other issues that may come up with it. There are a couple of questions today that Wayne and I will cover that maybe we need to add into the search. But guys, this is, besides Article Forge, and this is probably the biggest thing that we've done. I know this year it's the biggest thing we've done. It's this YouTube trends. It will help your news sites. It will help your video view sites. It will absolutely help your social networks, because you're putting the top trending videos. You're going to look like you're an expert on any keyword category if you're putting the top videos in there. Okay. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to take some questions. And Wayne, you want to read them out? And
Yeah, I'm just going through. Do you recommend improving the Article Forge very long articles using Surfer and Jarvis? If yes, any strategy on how to do it? I think we've covered that, haven't we?
Yeah, I think I saw that in there too. You could pull that WordPress article once it's made, pull it and then stick it into Jasper and add Surfer to do any type of ranking with it, or to quality score it, and then rewrite it inside of Jasper. Check it again with Grammarly, and then just delete what's on that page or on that post and just repost it. That is a really good idea. If you want to, maybe the quality score is at 65 and you want to take it up to 85. Guys, I'm excited about it because I've read the quality, the articles, and they are they're decent. With a little bit of tweaking, you can make them score really high for SEO. It doesn't take a lot of, put some images in there, but that is a really good question. I'm going to be testing that over the next couple of weeks of pulling some of these very long articles and putting them into Jasper and seeing how I can score it, how I can improve the score. Also, when you do that, you might even consider putting it in phrase and doing a fact table. Fact tables always help your SEO. And you can pull a fact table off of Surfer also. I'll do some additional training down the road on this, but guys, this is what Article Forge has done is, to me, with their API, the subheadings and the very long content, they have jumped one step ahead of Jasper. Jasper has $20 million in VC capital, and they're not keeping up. Jasper doesn't have an API yet. This little company, Article Forge, they are pushing the limits. They're pushing AI automation faster than what Jarvis is for Jasper. So, hope I answered that question. Good question.
Yeah, yeah. We've got one here from Peter saying, "Wish we had a way to add content to the video posts that was relevant and looked good." Well, you kind of have, because in the money hook, the second one, which is at the end, which goes after the video, you can put whatever you want in there. And one of the other questions is, where is it?
I'm going to follow up with that. Is you can have, let's say you have 5 or 6 articles, short articles, or medium articles. Put them in a notepad and put spinner.
Yeah, that was the next question from Scott. Because there's no description with his own money hooks, can the money hook text only be spun?
Yes.
What you can do is you can create, like I could have created an iOS token in RSSMasher and then mixed a lot of iOS article content in there and spun it. And then every time it creates an iOS video, it will spin that content, and that content will be underneath the video.
Now I'm going to give you a tip here. Is take your notepad, go in, and any articles that you want re-indexed, put them underneath, put them in a notepad, and with the title and then the link. Okay. And you can have a list of iOS content, a list of iPad articles that you have on a site, a list of iPhone articles that you have on a site, and then put them in a spin context. So you're using somebody else's trending video to replace their description with links to your own sites, onto your own post. It may be in that same site, or it may be in other site. This is a mini PBN model that we're going to be using in our own content. is you can cross-index using the description, using a blank description box, or put it at the bottom of somebody else's description with the custom the money hooks in there. Good, very good question, Scott. Wayne?
The Article Forge very long version spinning with Word AI improved. I think basically means if you spin a very long article from Article Forge, does it improve it?
We have not tested it with the very long. That's a good question. I have tested it with medium, with the new version of Article Forge, and sometimes it improves it, and sometimes it's a different version, and sometimes it improves it. What I've noticed the most, is bring it into WordPress, bring it into Masher sites, and if you really want to tweak it, go in and add some additional images, change your featured image, and use Grammarly. That really helps the readability of certain words, commas, phrasing and Grammarly will rewrite sentences now. I'm using Grammarly Pro, and it is one of my favorite tools. It is well worth the money. It's Grammarly Pro, but it will read inside of a WordPress editor. That's the important thing. Okay.
Yeah, there's this one. It basically Don says it would be great to be able to convert the verbal content from a video, convert it to text, and then run it through Word AI and have it below the new video post created by RSSMasher, YouTube trending search. What we are looking at is using the API to pull the, when you upload a video, it writes the actual wordage. What do they call it?
Transcript.
The transcript. I think I've got to double check that if we can pull that from the API, we can obviously then spin it. But sometimes it's not very good English, so it may not work very well at all. So we'll throw it in the mix, and if it doesn't come back very good, we won't incorporate it.
Yeah, I mean, currently you can, if you got Happy Scribe or some tool like that, you can toss the video in there, transcribe it, put it into Grammarly or Word doc, clean it up, rewrite it if you have to, and then add it in the description box on either WordPress or video, wherever you're going to have your video post. And you can do it manually right now. So if it's a decent video, I wouldn't translate it if it's 30 minutes or 45 minutes long, but if it's a good 5-minute video, it would be worth your time to transcribe it, clean it up, and put it in the description. Now, guys, the other thing is I would make if it's a really good video, make a PDF with it, with the link to the video, and offer that as a free guidebook for an opt-in. So use that for lead gen. I do this. I used to do it a whole lot more, but I just don't have the time to do those few extra steps. But we're giving you the best content you possibly can have for keyword videos. Any other questions?
I'll just read it. I don't know if I can read this out. Yeah, I'll have to read it first. Basically, Scott's saying he's apologizing for not using the tools, and now he's going to be started using them more now that we've showed him all these cool things.
Yeah, and if y'all aren't building sites with Article Forge, I have to ask you, why not? I mean, Article Forge does have a cost. It's $300 something a year. I've got Surfer with it. I got Surfers, so it helps me on the keyword research. But you know, you can do your own keyword research and put it in. I know there's tools that do pretty decent keyword research. We may have a tool down the road. We're using it in our PBN that does a tiered structure, but we don't have it yet. So we're going to give you a tool to do keyword research. It may be 30 days from now. So get Article Forge. I wish I had the link, but I think it's vidpenguin.link/Article Forge. If you don't have it, get it. If you have it and you're not using it, watch this video again. You've got to be using this thing to, you know, it's like having a car and you don't put the key in and drive it anywhere. It's useless. Mike asked about Link Whisper plugin. I'm not familiar with that, so I can't respond to it.
No, we don't. I've never seen it, never mind used it. The link for Article Forge is actually on the integration page inside. I'll grab it for you.
And Don mentioned there's a tuning up, there's a plugin he bought last year that allows you to tune up your blog post with niche related images while editing a WordPress post. Absolutely, there's several of them out there. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but there's ones that you can have a predefined set of images that it will automatically replace and insert and do all types of, but think in terms of what I showed you manually how to do is probably the best way to get a good Yoast SEO schema set up, is give it a title, give it a caption that's relatable, and give it a file name, a good file name. So those are the three things that you really want on an image if you're inserting images on a post.
That's it, I think.
Yep.
I put the link in if anyone wants to pick up Article Forge.
Yep. Yeah, this helps pay for our mastermind courses. If you'll just, you know, use the link to buy Article Forge, we get paid a little bit of money on it. Yeah, Walt mentioned Content Gorilla from Napier. Guys, I've used this. The YouTube API, we've experienced this. This is why it's taken a year, well, almost 2 years to get this thing built. Is the YouTube API changes about every 30, 60, 90 days. And sometimes it changes for the worse. They are finding out that they have a lot of data in there and they just don't want to, they take data away. They don't keep adding to it, making their free API worth anything. So yeah, if you can get it from Content Gorilla, great. Just know that at some point in time, it's not going to be pulling good transcripts. The best way is to do it manually right now. We'll see what we can do, but it's not our highest priority is pulling transcripts off an API, because we know it's going to change and it's a constant battle to keep up with YouTube. Okay, I think tools for keyword research, Keyword Everywhere. That's the free one that's in Chrome. We still use that, Keyword Everywhere. I use Surfer SEO. We've got other Geek Out Fridays where we talk about how to use it. It's probably the best that I know of. It's expensive, but it's also the best. So I'm paying for the best tools, not the cheapest tools.
I think Guillermo was talking about the one that we might be having cooked up soon.
Oh, yeah, we'll keep that a little secret.
Yeah.
Give you something in the future that we can talk about. We're using it on something else and on our PBN network, and it's pretty incredible. But anyway, guys, I think that's all the questions we have. Any others that I may have missed?
No, we're good.
Yeah, the G2 review, guys, I will give you the link probably in the next 4 to 5 days. And in fact, I'll have it by next Friday for you. So we don't have a G2 review site yet. We will by next Friday. And you just simply drop in your review. You'll send us the finished review link that we can verify, and we will add YouTube trending search to your account at no extra cost. This should be a standalone product, is what Wayne and I have talked about, you know, at $97 a month. I mean, you're getting it with RSSMasher. And if you don't want to do anything, wait until August 1st and you'll get it for, it will be in everybody's account. Okay. So guys, thank you for joining us on the call. We're at 1 hour and 23 minutes. Wayne, any final thoughts before we sign off?
No, just thanks for coming. You know, just like to keep RSSMasher cooking the gas and doing new things for you so that you can enjoy all the new stuff that's coming out. So yeah, don't forget to get Article Forge and watch out for the G2 link coming probably by next week.
Yeah, and it won't slow anything down at all, guys. Hope you enjoyed the call, and hope you look forward to all these new features that we've added. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.